Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Captain Coder here on this beautiful... My camera's tilted. On this beautiful... What's going on? My camera tilted or is my monitor? My monitor's off kilter. That's what's going on. My monitor's so loose. Oh, what's going... Look how loose my monitor is. Captain Godzilla over here. Welcome into the stream, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Sunday. We got our JD Does Dev mug. We got our Big Brain Juice. Get our Big Brain Juice on this Sunday morning, 4 a.m. local time. Waking up with that beautiful cup of Joe. Oh, yeah. Get it in there. Get us flowing. Get us going. Getting us ready for some fun. Getting ready for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. It's almost over. We're almost out of time. How am I ever going to finish this? I almost have one level complete. I need to finish at least one level, and then I can say, okay, well, we got a very simple prototype going. It's Sunday afternoon for me. Luna, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that you're here. I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday, Luna. Great to have you here. It's a pleasure to see you, my friend. Oryx, welcome back to the stream. Craxy, congratulations on your #1. Thank you so much for popping in. Enjoy your lurk, my friend. Enjoy your lurk. I hope you're having a beautiful day, everyone. I'm having an absolutely wonderful day. Had some great rest. Yesterday was beautiful. Having so much fun working on Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. We got to get back into 3D modeling. So we got to make a way for our character to get some coffee in them. And I'm not quite sure how to do it. But let's take a look at what we have so far. Let's take a little look, see at what we have so far. We have our first level almost complete here. All right, so we slowed down our character. We got that jump. We made him a little bit slower. They can't make it over this wall. So we're gonna put something up on this wall, like this, the end goal up here. We're gonna put some, I think, so it's dark fuel in the quest for the golden beans. To beat each level, we're gonna get a golden bean, and we're gonna put a golden bean up here. That's what you're trying to get to win the end play there. Lurka, welcome back, my friend. We got Lurka 8 here today, you know, Lurka. Oh, Lurka. Welcome back to the stream. Lurka, how you doing? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You had such a fun stream the other day, a little bit. So folks, if you guys want a little bit more of a... So my stream is PG-11 teen. Lurka's stream is a little bit higher age than mine, but that's okay. If you enjoy some fun, goofing around, playing games, a little bit of a variety stream, go check them out. I prefer a new metal song, a new metal welcome song. What is new metal? I'm sure look, Intensive Code, send me an example of new metal. You're having so much fun. Res1 Coder, let's get a hat on this, that Linkin Park style. I feel like that's like in the, I need like some background music for that. It's like they're the ones that do like in the end nothing really matters. Is that one of them? Thank you so much for the hat, Res1. Welcome back to the stream. Dental Dam, great to see you, my friend. Happy to have you here on this beautiful day. Freedom Forge says, yeehaw! We love waking up to Captain Coder's beautiful voice. Freedom Forge, I love to hear it. I'm glad you enjoy it. I enjoy it. You know, the interesting thing is I started everything. Fun fact, to give away signed hats giveaway is these hats are expensive. I couldn't give these hats away. They're a little bit too expensive to give away. So maybe some of these ones I could do some giveaways. I ran into some trouble doing giveaways. Maybe we should start doing some giveaways. I got to figure out how to do it. So I moved. We used to do giveaways. I moved, and the law about doing giveaways is different in the new place I live. So I have to be careful with giveaways. I need to talk to my attorney first to figure it all out. Michael, Game Dev, welcome back, my friend Wardstone Studio. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Have you met Wardstone Studio has followed me today, and no Wardstone Studio. Thank you so much for the follow. Have any Stetsons? Guitars? No, I don't have any Stetsons. I have a couple guitars. Let me go grab. I want to show it off. I think I know where it is. I haven't played it really since I moved. Sisker Armada, I haven't followed you. Felt wrong. Wardstone. No worries, my friend. I was having that conversation yesterday with someone who followed me, and they're like, how was I not following you? I feel that way so often. There's a handful of people when I go to their stream sometimes, I'm like, how am I not following this person? I have like 10. Thank you for the meh. Thank you for the meh. We used to do some giveaways, but yeah, I moved, and the law on giveaways is a little bit different here than they were in the last place I lived. And so I got to look in where I live. If you do giveaways, you have to announce it. You were speaking of the hats, Dental Dam. If I do a giveaway, Stetson hats, is there Stetson a type of hat? I guess I have. All right, let's see if we got any Stetson here. This one is a Bailey. This one's a Bailey. This one is a Bengali. This one is a fiber hole. This one's another Bailey. This one is a cheap leather hat that doesn't have a manufacturer name in it. We got a bunch of different ones. This one is written in so fancy, Park Royale. We got this one's an IKEA original. This one's IKEA original here. We got a couple hats. I don't have any Stetsons. The name doesn't ring a bell. Skydriver, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Congratulations on your number 8. I thought Stetson was a type of guitar. Stetson hats. Stetson hats. Ooh, these are nice felt hats. I don't know if I have any Stetson hats. I might. There's actually, I was just curious. I have quite a few hats. I have, so I don't look for a particular brand when I'm buying hats. In fact, most of the hats I haven't got on my own. It's 6. Are you tired? It's 4 a.m. here in local time. I don't feel tired. I wake up, but I'm an early bird. I wake up early all the time. I did wake up with an alarm today. I am looking forward to, I am going to take a streaming break. That's last for how many years? Many years, Resident Coder. Yeah, at least all of my hats are over 10 years old. Not all of them. Many of my hats are over 10 years old. Like 21. So 15-ish years. I don't have any 20-year-old hats. But I have many. Yeah, they last a while. I have a few that are starting to get a little beat up. This one's in really good condition still. But they do last a while. There's one, I think, in the other room that's starting to get a little beat up around the outside. Is it Agina TV? Agina, welcome to the stream. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that incorrect. Agina TV, I would like to welcome thee to the stream today. And no, Agina TV, thank you for following me. Thank you. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I can never get it right. Congratulations on your number 7 Res 1. Everyone, 8. It's 6. Are you tired, Cap? Yeah. We're not too tired. Sorry. I guess I am tired. I read it twice. Folks, yeah, we were working on Dark Fuel, and the question really, I need to make some kind of container that we can get the bean water out of. This is what the level we had. We slowed our character down while they're moving, so they couldn't make these long jumps. And the idea is we can make the short jump here to get this button to come through this room, and then we can get these platforms moved. So we're introducing the mechanics of the levels. We come down here in this room, you're gonna come in and you can't make it up here. We need to make it so that way I'm thinking I'm gonna add a French press here. A French press or a coffee. I'm not sure. A French press feels like the right size. I was gonna add a French press here that when you come over here, you can step on a button, you can do something that'll get the French press to pour coffee into the mug. That is the idea. I need to do something that gets coffee into the mug. And so we're gonna 3D model, I think we're gonna start with a French press. We're gonna 3D model a French press or other coffee producing receptacle. The other one was a coffee pot, but a French press seemed easier to do than a coffee pot. We could also just do like a pitcher. Maybe we do this. This could work, this shape thing, but a French press is what I was gonna go for. French press. Because it's so cylindrical, I think I can get it done relatively easy. So a French press here, just a circle with a handle and then like a little metal thing around it like this. And it has a little dowel that you can have it pushed down and it'll look like it's creating the coffee. That's the idea, at least, was to do a French press. A coffee pot might be another option though. Could do a coffee pot or an espresso, something like this. Something like this might work well because then we don't have to do the inside liquid. Maybe we'll do that, or a little kettle thing like this. Then we put a little spout on it. But the idea is I need to have it come up, lean forward, and then we're gonna do really bad water liquid coming out of it to get it inside of the cup. So that's what I'm thinking. Let's do, this is like the traditional coffee pot look. It doesn't have to be coffee that goes in our cup, but it's going to be. It's going to be. Any French press sort of limits us to being just coffee. Let's go with
Whoa.
Holy cannoli, Bruce with the raid. Bruce, thank you so much for the raid. How you doing, friend? Welcome back to the stream. How was your stream? Tell us all about it. Bruce Malt, welcome on back. We got Bruce Malt raiding the captain today. Bruce Malt, how was your stream, my friend? Tell us all about it today. Bruce, welcome in. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Sunday. I think I'm gonna do something like this. I like this a lot. I never thought of a coffee pot in this particular shape, but that's what we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna take this image, save this image here. I wish I could get a different profile of it. Something like this could work really well too. And the top opens. Yeah. Okay. This is good. This image has a bunch of we have different profiles of it here. No, what was this? Why do I have extra pictures? Don't want to say, apparently there's a save option. This here, okay, this is a good profile. It'd be nice to use in our Blender to get the side view of it. All right, we're gonna go with this. Stream was exciting. There were viewers. I did some value definitions for my terrain. Let's go. Nice, Bruce. I'm glad to hear it. It's always interesting streaming, especially when you're starting out streaming. For me, when I started out streaming, like, you know, not to say that I dislike streaming now. I actually remember I felt like I liked streaming a little bit better when it was smaller. I like when I don't have a crazy amount of chat. I can actually get stuff done, but you still have someone there to like, you know, rubber duck with. That's my personal experience. I don't want to feel ungrateful for the audience. Solutionful, welcome back to the stream over on YouTube. Sorry if I missed your chat there. We got one hat. If you want, over on the Twitch side, we got to do redeems to get a second hat. You definitely get less done. Yeah. When I have lots of people, it's hard to get stuff done. Ooh, this is a weird format. Let's go ahead and export this as JPEG. A JPEG. Let's save, export as, change to type JPEG. Export, and then we're gonna open this up in Blender, and we're gonna make, oh no, don't open up that one. Apparently, all right, I deleted it. I almost did open up Blender 2 again, 2.9, which was kind of insane that I even had a Blender 2.9 installed. All right. Yeah, I like to tell people that streaming is not good for productivity, but I have found it good for motivation, keeping myself honest, and having like a schedule. Having a couple people come in and out every now and then, keeping you a little bit accountable for what you're doing. Let's go ahead and add in this image here. Do I have to do it? Can I do it this way? Add in a reference. All right, we're gonna create a new collection. Reference. Like that. Let's switch to our front profile. Add this in. It's not adding anything. Can I not add JPEGs as a reference? Interesting. Let's try a PNG. Weird. Export as a PNG. Let's try that. Will you let me import a PNG? Or am I just doing something wrong? Oh, apparently I can't import a JPEG. Interesting. That's surprising. I will say in the software and game dev area, there's very few people who I would think are nasty at all. In other categories, I've had more nasty people. That said, you know, it's not without some buggers, you might call them, some people who are Irish John calls them smellies, so you do get them every now and then, but it's few and far between for sure. So we're going to take this, we're going to bring the opacity down, we're going to turn our wireframe mode on, and we're going to line up, we're going to try and make this little coffee pot here. I'm going to move this so it's sort of here on the base, just to get the general shape for us. I'm gonna lock it so we can't touch it. Just can't accidentally click on it. So you can turn this off here, and now I can't select that thing. If I click on these other things, I'll select it. I'm gonna start off with a cylinder here to make this section here. So I'm gonna Control A, add a mesh. I'm gonna add in a cylinder like this, and I can adjust some of like how many vertices I have. So if I want it to be more or less like low poly, I could adjust this up or down. So if I wanted it less polygons, I could do 16, and you'll notice when I do that, we get fewer vertices. I can increase it to have more as well. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with 16 here. Okay, so we have this. I'm gonna try and get this to be the size of this. Beegs with another hat. Thank you so much for the hat solution full. Are you happy about that? We got another hat. Thank you for the hat, Beegs. Welcome back to the stream, Nerd Waffle. Great to see you. And Han So High. Han So High, welcome back today. Congratulations on your number 10. Nerd Waffle, your game's looking amazing. Beegs, how is your game coming along? I feel like I almost have a game. I'm so close to having a game. I gotta make this tea kettle, or this pot here. We're gonna have stuff coming out of it. This is what I have so far, because I'm pretty happy with the game itself, but we have to actually get some coffee to put inside of it. Kowalaki, great to see you. Games is done is gonna be just writing up the log. Yeah, I'm just gonna record a video, I think, for mine. A short video talking about what I learned. So we made our little cup here, can run around. We've added a couple little different game mechanics here to be able to like adjust it. And right now in this room, we can't get up here. I'm making a little coffee pot that we can have pour coffee into us. That's the last thing I'm gonna make. So I wanna make a little button we press here. And then I want to have it, thanks. I don't know if I should add permission to that phrase there, but it's just gonna pour coffee in here, and then the different coffees give you different abilities. So in this particular coffee is gonna give you ability to jump up to this area to be able to beat this level. So we almost have one level. If I can finish one level, I'll be pretty happy. I have 2 days to work on this, and then Tuesday I'm going to spend writing up my devlog, creating a video for my devlog, and then we might add a little bit more if we have time, but I can't really work on it, so we basically have 3 days left. Giving me head over heels vibes. Yeah, so the first couple words in there. So yeah, so I also was like, what is this talking about? But apparently I've added permission to my bot to allow that. My game is so much behind. Let's see if I can get single mission done. Kovalaki, that's how I'm feeling. Do we have to be on the stream to get the random selected prize? You do not, Nerd Waffle. You do not have to be present for the drawing. Although we would love to have you in. That guy Daru, be careful, my friend. Be careful. So we're gonna model ourselves a little teapot here, or a little coffee, a little kettle here. So I'm gonna try and get this in the center, scale it up a bit. I will say I've learned a ton, so much more than I thought I was gonna be able to pull off here. Let's actually do 2 pieces. Beegs, how do you feel about what you learned Blender wise? I am so, if you're still with us, of course, if you're just hanging out lurking, no worries. I know how it be. I've learned so much in what I would consider a very small amount of time, and I want to keep practicing my skills for Blender stuff. I've just had a lot of fun with it. I've had a lot of fun with it. All right, so we're gonna do that here. So now we have this this little base for our kettle here. I'm glad I learned it, but I don't know how much model I'm gonna do in the future. Nice to have the skills, but I think I'm definitely more coder than modeler. I want to get better at it. I think I'm gonna keep working on my modeling skills after this. I'm hoping to continue working on it, developing those skills. So we are gonna add in, a little bit of a depth to this. So I'm gonna select this outer ring here, and I'm gonna press I to create an inward amount here, and then I'm gonna bring that down. So I'm gonna extrude downward. We're gonna give this thing some thickness. Gonna extrude downward like this. And I want to extrude down to the base, like so, like that. And then saw with a hat. Let's get another hat on this deck. We can have this be a little bit bigger out here. Scale it back out. So you'll notice the inside is that shape. Now we can grab this face, or this ring. I'm just grabbing the ring there. And this ring, like this, and then I want to add, I can't remember the button, but we're gonna add a face between these 2 things. There. All right, Saw, let's get 2 hats. We got 1 hat. Oh, we're not quite with the bonus hat, but we can get 1 hat going. Saw, thank you for the hat. Let's get a hat. How about the IKEA hat? How do you feel about the IKEA hat? Thank you so much for the hats. Give it some thickness. That's right, Beaks. We gotta make it a thick kettle. I'm gonna delete this face in here, so let's switch to face mode. There it is. I wanna delete this face, and then I want to add a face between, actually I don't wanna delete that face. We're gonna leave that face on. We're gonna grab these edges, and I can never quite remember this, but we go to faces, insert faces. That's not what I wanted. Faces, I gotta be careful. All right, still loop select. We got the IKEA hat, that's right. Is it edges? It might be edges. Connect. I wanna connect the edges. 2 edge loops connect. Beautify, intersect. Weld edges into faces. That didn't do it. There's a button, I can't remember what it is. They're here to collect imaginary points. Lazamat, congratulations on your live. A bit off topic, but how has the Portal Challenge gone from your perspective? Just clean up my code, ready to commit it. So Beegs, here's what we have right now. No one has yet to submit anything for the Portals Challenge. Next month, I'm just gonna reveal it now for you. Anyone who's here can hear it. I'll be posting this as well. Next month, we are gonna be doing a revisit month. So I felt, Muniz and I had a talk. A lot of people asked for an extension. I felt it potentially unfair to provide an extension when some people had worked so hard. No one has submitted anything yet. And so what I've decided to do is next month, what we decided to do, I say I, but Moon as I talked about this, what we have decided to do next month for July is it's going to be a revisit month where you can actually go back and submit any of the previous mechanics again. So you can go back, maybe you had a mechanic and you almost had slopes and loops working, you want to finish slopes and loops, maybe you didn't get a chance to do the first one. So we're going to do a revisiting month next month. So you can do portals next month, you can do slopes and loops again next month, you can do platforms next month. So any of the previous mechanics you can submit for prizes next month. So that's what we decided to do. That said, no one has submitted portals yet, so it may just be an extension on portals. We'll see what happens. But that's the idea. Did that make sense, Beaks? Feel free to ask for clarifications on that. But that felt like the most fair thing to do, just because I know GT has been working incredibly hard on portals, but has also asked for an extension. And with the Game Jam, a lot of people who were working on it before really wanted an extension. It was hard for me to decide what to do, but that's sort of what we came up with. I was gonna look up, apparently, can I clear my history here? Because I don't want this to be in here. Where's the clear history button? Hang on. Does anyone know how to clear history in Bing? So yesterday someone asked, can I use this word? I didn't know what this word meant. So I shouldn't highlight this here. Someone asked what this word meant and if they could use it in their game, and I had to look it up. So I'm gonna go, there it is. There's the remove here. So we had, it's kind of a word that's an insult. All right, I was gonna do Blender connect to edge loops. Hit the space, bridge. The word is what I'm looking for is bridge edge loops. There we go. So we bridge those edge loops like that. And now we have some thickness in there. I'm committing my portals later today, but if I'm literally going to be the only one, don't feel obligated to not give an extension out of fairness. It's not going to be an extension, but it's going to be, next month will be the revisited. So that's really what it's going to come down to. If you submit and you're the only one that submits, then it's sort of like a win by default type thing. But I'm hoping people will submit partial submissions, and maybe I'm going to send a tag out on the Discord letting people know that if they've done it to go ahead and submit partial submissions, but we just may not review them until next month. Because I know Muniz is also very busy right now, so it's been a little bit difficult to coordinate. Okay, let's go ahead, and I also want to fill in this here. All right, so I'm really feeling good about doing very basic 3D modeling these days with what I've learned. Who is Muniz? Muniz is the co-host of Mechanically Challenged. He is a full-time game dev, streamer here on Twitch. He's the person who taught me everything I know about Unity, essentially. When I started out on streaming, learning Unity, Muniz was here all the time teaching me and helping me learn how to Unity. And just more about game dev. Conceptually, I owe a lot to Muniz. He's also the host. It was his idea. We've been talking about doing something together, collaborating, and he came up with Mechanically Challenged, and we revised it together. But every month we have a monthly game dev challenge, and we started it earlier this year. And so we've had 3 challenges drop through platforms, slopes and loops, and then this month was portal physics. It conflicted a little bit with the jam, so I think it was a little bit unfair to have this one going here. So next month we're gonna have a bonus month where you can do any 3 of those. To win by default wouldn't really feel right, so if nobody else submits, I don't have an issue with you extending. Okay, Biggs, thank you for that. I am gonna send a message out because I think there are people out there. Thank you for that heads up. I just want to be fair. If someone worked hard, because I know some people have worked really hard. We have a couple people on the Discord who are just killing it with the Mechanically Challenged this month. And just over here, we got several people, 3 people who have been working on it, and I don't want any of them to feel like they're being slighted because they worked on this rather than the game jam. The idea more than anything, Lazamat, is to get people to just work on something. If you're not sure what to work on, here's a thing to work on, and here's a group of people that are working on the same thing, and we'll talk about it at the end. to figure out how to figure out different ways you might implement it. All right, so we have this shape here. We got to add in a handle, a top, and a spout. Those are the things we're going to add in next. All right, so for the top, let's save, and we're going to call this pot, coffee, kettle, call it a kettle. Save to Blender. And the top piece here, let's set this up here. I want to add in a rounded thing up here. I think I want to do half of a sphere is how I want to do the top of this. So half of a sphere. So I'm actually going to put it in the center here. Oh, no, I want the half sphere to start up here. So I'm going to move this up. I'm going to position it so it's exactly in the center. Let's probably 0.16. There we go. Hang on, 0, 0, 0. Perfect. So now we have our cursor there. It's on the edge. Actually, let's move it back. I messed that up. Let's move it to the origin. Shift S. Move cursor to world origin. Yes, I don't want it there. Let's go back to our front view. I want to move my cursor here. It's going to be right there. And did you play Alice Madness Returns? I love the Tea Party themed models. I did not. Proton, Hatman, the Hatman hacker Proton. How have you been? I feel like I gotta get to your stream sometimes. I always love what you're working on. What have you been working on, my friend? What are you working on these days? I know it's different stuff lately. This summer, I feel like it's so funny. I was looking so much forward. I was looking forward to my summer break, and then just been busy the whole time. It's like me to be busy. All right, we're gonna add in, switch out of edit mode. That's what's going on here. We're gonna add in an icosphere, and then I'm gonna scale it down on top of this. Let me turn this image off in the back. Not the icosphere, the reference is misleading. All right, I wanna get this so that it's essentially on top. It'll be a little bit bigger, and I wanna slice it. I wanna cut it in half. And to do that, would I do that? I can't quite remember. I think if I switch to edit mode and I just select the bottom half, yeah, I should be able to delete all of these faces. So we're gonna have half of a, there we go. And we're gonna delete those faces. So now this is gonna be the top of our cup here. Ladsman, yeah, post a link. Go for it. And we'll see if it'll let you. I'm assuming it will let you. I'd be surprised if it didn't. We're gonna move this over here into the center. Go on the y-axis a bit. Scale this a little bit, and then I'm gonna turn off the cylinder so I can't see it, and then we're just gonna make this top thing here. So if we look at our image, the top has like this little lip bevel type thing going on. So what I want to do is I want to take this outside ring, and I want to add another loop cut around. I'm not quite sure if I can do a loop cut around like that. Kolobova 1999, welcome to the stream. Kolobova, welcome to the stream. How are you today, Kolobova? Thank you for watching me. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm waiting for Wednesday like a little boy waits for Christmas. What's going on Wednesday, Proton? I feel like maybe I should know. I'm going to be out of town traveling on Wednesday. All right. Just out of precaution, I trust you, Lazamat, but out of precaution, this is what I've been doing. Ooh, that's a cool monster. Look at that. Yeah, the Alice games look so creative to me. So creative. What a cool enemy, like a clockwork teapot. It feels steampunky, has this gear here, this dangerous handle. What a cool monster with this eye. Oh, so cool. Thank you for sharing that, Lazamat. I love it. Points. And Lazamat, 125 points. Thank you for sharing that. Very cool. I want to do a loop cut. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens if I try and do a loop cut. Oh, I'm not in edit mode. All right, if I try and do a loop cut, I'm curious what will happen. Loop cut. Yeah, instead, what I'm gonna do, here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna grab this bottom edge, I'm gonna extrude downward, and then I'm gonna go around this outside. I'm gonna select this face all the way around. Ooh, the around click doesn't work. What I want to do, all right, we're gonna do one more extrusion downward. I wanted to have it be, can I do a loop cut the other way? If I select both of these edges, can I not do oh, I can't select around this edge anymore. I want to do a sort of a loop cut in the middle there and have it bevel out a little bit so it'll look like the lip. Ooh, something exciting. What'd you get, Proton? What are you getting delivered? Let's check it out here. Apollo standalone Amiga compatible computer. Whoa. Whoa, I had no idea. Supported Maggie 3D unit, true color. Has a lot of memory for an Amiga, right? That is super cool. Mooniz, we were just talking about you. We were just shh. I mean, Mooniz, how's it going? How's it going, Mooniz? No one tell him. No one tell him. It's a secret. No, I'm kidding. Mooniz, how have you been? Hope you're doing well. I'm surprised I can't select around this edge here. We're gonna come in here, see if we can select the whole edge around like that. The box select does nice this way. If I do a loop cut here now, I wanna go the other way. Interesting. I think another way I could do it would be to just extrude one more time. Undo that, grab this edge. We'll do another extrusion downward like that. It's not even. I could potentially grab these and make sure they were even. And then what I want to do is on this loop cut, I want to scale out on everything but the Z-axis a little bit to just give it that nice little bevel look to it. Just a hair here to give it a little bit of roundness to it. What does that look like if I turn the wireframe off? Yeah, so give it a little bit of, let's do it a little bit more, scale Z. Just like a little bit of, or do we want to bring it in? Ooh, maybe we bring it in. Yeah, that looks more like the top of a pot there. There we go. That looks better. Take over my channel. Good luck. New computer is working nicely. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. We may or may not have conspired to take over. That's right, Lazamat. That's right. Okay, so we got this little top here. Exit out of object mode. Let's get it looking like it's on top now. So we take this cylinder and we're just gonna move it, oh, not scale, we're gonna move it up so it's resting right on top here. So we do have these two pieces. It is two pieces. Let's scale it in, just scale. Just, or maybe we want it bigger so it's sitting on top. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And I think to get the shadow to look right, let's turn on shading. To get this shadow to look right, we're gonna go ahead and add in. All right, so we'll come back into, we'll turn this off on our cylinder. We're gonna edit this again. On the edge loop, we're just gonna, we're gonna add in, let's grab this bottom edge. Grab the bottom edge. I am gonna do an inset on the bottom edge, if it'll let me. Maybe it won't let me. I wanted to do, or am I pressing the wrong button? What did Control I? Control I is invert. I thought apparently, is it Shift I? I want to do an inset. Weird. Is it new computer month? I also ordered a new mini PC. Crazy how cheap they got. Maybe they're just all on sale. I was thinking about getting a new computer. All the sales have been looking super, super scrumptious to me. Why can't I thought it was inset. That's only if I have a face selected. Here, let's add a face to it, and then can I do it? There we go. This is what I wanted. I wanted to add it a little thing there, and then I can delete this face. Yeah. Delete face. Of course, now it's open on the inside. Maybe just have it solid on the bottom. Let's move this up internally just a hair then to give it that little lip. Okay, so now the shadow should look better on it. Yeah. That feels pretty good. I wish, we'll go to edit mode here. So it's sitting there on top. It's gonna be, you're gonna barely be able to see this. So we have that little top there. Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's add in, if we move it down even on the Z direction, we can have it resting really on top. It's all inside there. Let's add a little spout now. All right, so we're gonna add this spout next. Let's come back to our front view. I'm gonna move the shape over here. I'm gonna do another cylinder for this one. So I'm gonna shift right click to move where I want my object to show up. 3D Addict, welcome into the stream. How you doing, friend? 3D Addict, thank you for following me today. Thank you for the follow, so we can shift click to move that in. For some reason, I'm super far forward. 0 is the Z where I want to move in. Why can't I get this? Shouldn't 0 move this? It must be relative. There we go. Let's go to the side view. And then I can center it here. And then we'll go to the front view and I'll move it here like that. I don't know what's going on with this move thing here. Just checking out what you're making while I wait on Bakes. Nice. We are making a little game about a coffee cup. So this is for our game jam. So we have this little coffee cup. It's like an isometric platformer. I'm learning how to use Blender. So I'm very new to Blender. I've been using it for less than 2 weeks. And so we made this coffee cup. We did some animations with it. So we have this cup here that can platform around, building a little platformer for the game jam. We're gonna make it so that we can get coffee poured into our, different liquids poured into our mug here. And so I'm making a kettle, which is gonna be a little coffee kettle, that's gonna be sitting right here, that the player is gonna be able to stand under, have coffee poured into it, and it's gonna give the player different abilities. The ability that we're gonna add here is to be able to jump higher. So it's gonna change the player's jump arc so they can actually get up here. So that's what we're trying to do. Get the coffee poured in, be able to jump up here and hit this button to get to the next section. So that's what we're working on right now. We're making a little tea kettle, or not necessarily a tea kettle, but a kettle. Snabble, welcome to the stream. How you been, Snabble? I hope you've been well. It's wonderful to see you here. Thank you so much for popping in. Been playing a bit of Riven 2020. It's both great and also frustrating. Yeah, I'm waiting till the game jams are. I'm probably gonna play the heck out of it in 2 weeks. So we're finishing up this game jam today, tomorrow, Tuesday. I have a game jam that starts on Friday. That is a 72-hour game jam that I'm gonna go hardcore on. And then I'm gonna take a break. I probably won't be streaming, or if I am, it'll be streaming on Discord. But I've been wanting to play Riven. I'm gonna play, I didn't realize they had done a Myst remake, but I'm gonna play Myst and then Riven. Cap, you should scroll through the Apollo Vampire product page, not necessarily to read all paragraphs, but to see all the titles at least. It is freaking awesome. It only takes 2 watts of powder run. That's crazy. See something off with the coffee cup where the inward extrusion is though. What is going on there? The down here? So this is like a little bit of a bevel on it. Let's see here. Is it this little this inward part here towards the top? Inside of the top here? This thing? Let's bring it out forward here. That? Or inside the cup? Yeah, so it's just it's like a little lid that goes on top here. I wish I had made the correct number of divots, but I'm just gonna keep going time-wise. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think I'm going for semi-low poly look too. We could also add a shader to smooth it out, so we could shade smooth on these if we really wanted to. But I'm going for low poly on them. And I might even shrink the top of this thing a little bit more. Is it poking through? Looks like it's poking through. Okay, let's shrink the top on this. The top needs to be smaller here. So let's scale on everything but the Z. So this needs to be a little bit smaller in there. I see. It won't let you link here. Let me see if it will let me add it. 1 second. You have to be ignore bot 3D addict. Bot ignore 3D addict. There we go. My bot's a little bit crazy. There's a bug with the bot actually. All right, are we actually doing smooth? Did I undo the smooth? Hang on, undo history, undo shade smooth. I don't actually want, oh, I could actually, let's redo. And I can actually come in here and shade flat. There we go. There we go. It was popping through. The size didn't match quite right, so it's popping through there as well. Let's take a look at what you got. Let me blur here. Thank you so much for the help, by the way. 3D Addict, it's wonderful to have you here. Ooh, nice. This is crazy. I have like a couple shapes in mind. This is cool. You made this in Blender? Wow. Wow, this looks like some kind of cryo chamber or something. Incredibly cool looking work here. Proton wanted us to look a little bit more at these things. The hardware, what's under the hood. 68080 processor. I want to get one of these. This is cool. This is so cool. If you want to do Amiga stuff. Ghost Collection, it's a cargo container for my spaceship. Gotcha. Yeah, it was looking futuristic, spaceshipy, some kind of chamber to hold stuff. It's a cargo chamber. Cool, cool. There's so much cool stuff here. Proton, this is neat. The amount of video, did the Amiga get up to this much memory? There's no way. There's no way the Amiga, it's crazy that this has so much for the Amiga. Jamin, welcome back to the stream. And it's great to see you. Also, Braxton, I'm not sure if I said hello, but it's great to see you as well. All right, let's switch to our front view here. We're gonna add in this spout and then we're gonna connect it in. So Control A, mesh, we're gonna add in another cylinder and we'll keep it low poly as well, 16. Like that. We're gonna scale it down. We're going to rotate it. And I'm gonna scale it up in its local Z direction. There we go. Like that. And then we're just I'm gonna go into edit mode and we'll adjust it out from here. So this top part, I wanna rotate. Oh, that's interesting. I was hoping it would rotate a little bit differently. We might, why is it rotating that way? Oh, I'm on face selection. I want to grab just edge selection, grab these edges, rotate this up like that. We're going to grab this faces down here. Let's pull them in, not scale. I'm going to pull this in like that. So it's going to come up like that. And then let's scale. Actually, what we're going to do, let's rotate this so it's like coming in like that, and then we're gonna scale it up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And then I'm gonna move it back out like that. All right. Something weird happened when I moved it. Let's move it on just the x-axis towards the outside here. And then we're gonna do a cut. Move this out a little bit further. Scale that in. Move this out on the X as well. So we have a little pot there. Let's see what that looks like here with the wireframe off. Deselect it. Turn off our little reference image. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. Look on side press K for knife, then X to lock in X6 and cut it with C. Don't do that. You want me to cut something? What do you want me to cut? What am I cutting? I'm gonna put I'll probably put a hole in this thing so it shades properly. For cutting, what are you suggesting? I cut 3D Addict. Sorry, I missed that message. Fully backward now. You tried at the top of the cylinder. Oh, what's wrong with that? It's you think I should cut it instead? We could go back. Here, let's go back in time. Rather than rotating it, you think I should just cut across the cup and use a cap fill hole? We'll make it more accurate. Okay, so we can go into edit mode. We'll do a cut. So you're suggesting, let me deselect. I cut across. Can I make it? Yeah, how do I, maybe you need to be inside. All right, let's go to our front. And I want to cut across here. I have to select everything, it looks like. Can I make, oh, knife tool. Select, sorry, all knife. Can I make the cut perfectly straight? How do I make it perfectly straight here? I want to do a perfectly straight cut. How do I make it perfectly straight? Press X. Ah. Along the X-axis. There we go. All right, so we cut, and I can discard this top part. Why did you not let me delete those faces? That's weird. Delete faces. What's going on? Why is it? Oh, I'm not in I'm not in this view. I don't have the wireframe. Ah, let me come back to this. Delete faces. Why is it still only selecting half of them? That's very... Oh, I'm not in face mode. Okay, I did something wrong. Hang on, let's go back in time. Undo in this always feels a little bit weird. Let's go back to select mode here. Got it. Cut visible faces. Yeah. So I need to make sure I'm in this mode so I can go through. MFoxG. Have you met MFoxG? They have followed me today. MFoxG, thank you so much for following me today, my friend. All right, X. Did it on K, X, X, click, X. There we go. Apply. Let's try again. Switch to faces, delete faces. Why is it not selecting the faces? It's only cutting on that side. How do I get it to cut all the way through? Before you click C, press X. Okay. Press X, and before you click press C, what does that do? So, okay, so I know what X does. What does C do? What is the C button doing? I'm not saying you're wrong. I want to just understand what the button cut through. Okay. So I'm assuming if I were to go over to our knife tool, it's because this is me wanting to know what the tools are doing. Where is knife? Is knife not over here? Okay. X. Want it to be higher. Okay. X. C. K with cut without the C, then it's cutting just the side I can see. So It still didn't do it. I pressed it. Let's try one more time. K. C. X. C. Cut nothing that time. Where is the cut tool over here? Isn't the cut tool on this side somewhere? Edge slice, shrink, flatten, shear. If you look bottom of the screen, you have help tips and the options. Okay, I press K. They're so tiny. Confirm, press enter, new, there's like A, C cut through off, C cut through on, okay. Cut. Cut through is on. Enter to confirm. There we go. Aditya, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Select top vertice, then SZ0. Well, I want it to be sliced off so I get a different shape. You are suggesting I do this SZ0. See how it distorts the whole shape when I go up like that? It's not quite what I want. So when I cut through like this, I still have the same angle just coming up to the spout now. Yeah. So I originally rotated it, and then 3D Addict said, hey, why not cut it through like this, which is actually a little bit better. So 3D Addict, thank you so much for your help. 125 points. And Aditya, thank you for your help as well. All right, so now that I have this, I can actually, we're gonna slice this other way. Let me scale this whole thing up a hair. I should have maybe gotten it the right shape before. Scale the whole thing a hair. I'm gonna do another slice down. Let me grab just this part here. And can I move it along? There we go. Like that. And let's move the whole thing out a little bit. We're gonna do another slice downward. Select face, move it in normal axis. All right. Let's get another, oh, that's a big spout, not for people like V60 Coffee, that's a big spout. We'll shrink it down. So it is gonna be scaled in like that. And we might distort it a little bit as well, but it's gonna be scaled down. Like that. And then I need to, we're gonna have it get consumed in here like that. I think, let's move this in a little bit. I want to rotate it just a hair out so that it's in there like that. And then we're gonna do, I can't remember what it is, but we can merge these things together. I think we do, does anyone remember, and 3D you might do, I want to take these two objects and I want them to be one mesh. I want them to be one mesh here. Boolean to union them, but I actually want to get rid of this extra little chunk here. So this chunk needs to go away. So I want to actually remove that first. I want it to actually, so I did it with my cup. I can't remember what we did, but we had a handle and it was like a merge. Control Shift plus plus. What is that doing? Control Shift plus plus. Oh, that just zooms in. Boolean could work, but I don't think that's quite what we want. So let's add in a modifier. Shortcut for Boolean union. Union, I don't think is quite right. We have it on this thing, and then we'll say that this will be this cylinder here.
Because see how we still have... All right, let's do an apply. Oh, it is right. No. So we have this hole now. Or is there like a new... Did it add a new thing? Yeah, it's all not quite what I want. Yeah, so I don't want... that. That is not quite what I want. I can't remember what we did. So let me show you. Can I create a new window? If I open up another thing, it actually will change. I want a new window. Is there a way to make a new window in Blender? So I can open up my coffee cup to show you. So this handle here is the, I don't remember what we did. This handle here is connected here and there's no extra. So like we put it in and then we like carved it into that shape and it became part of the same mesh. And there was no extra. So we had some extra stuff inside and it like got rid of it. And maybe it was a union, but I don't think it was. We can also add some thickness to this. Yeah, if you know, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'm sure I can figure it out. Ooh, that's not what I want. G, Y, G, X, G, X. Just wanted to move this out here. Give this a little thickness as well. I wish I'd done this first. Also, I'm switching between Unity and grab this edit mode. Do an base. We'll do an inset. And then we're gonna extrude. Extrude. Can I not extrude that way now? Oh. Yeah, I've done like some deformations on this, so extruding down this way is now challenging. I should have done that first. I might need to go back and just redo it. Be good practice here. Okay, let's try and make this again. We'll go back to the front. See if we can do a better job this time. Let's add in a cylinder. No, that's not a cylinder. Add in a cylinder. We are going to scale it down. We will scale it up. We will, the cylinder has too many, hang on, cylinder 16. Control Shift plus. What is the, so in, I know that hotkey does a thing. What is the hotkey doing? So I want to be able to press F3 and do a search for that. It's a union. Union, I don't think is the right thing to do. I could be wrong. All right, I want to get this. We're gonna do a edit here. We'll try it. We'll try it. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I want to do an inset. And then I want to extrude downward like that. So I want this thing to have a thickness to it. And then we will connect these faces here. Shift click on our edge. Edge, bridge. There we go. So we have this has a thickness to it. First make general shape. You can add thickness later on. It will be easier. Okay, so how do I couldn't get the thickness to add properly to this thing. How do I add thickness to this shape here? The problem is I want the thickness, the angle, because this is angled, it doesn't work. All right, let me delete this face. All right, let's try it. Thickness. There's not a thickness modifier. Add modifier, thick. Thick, solidify, sorry, solidify. I don't see. Let me delete. Let's go back in time. We can undo. To original. Okay. And I want to add a modifier solidify to this. Okay, that works nicely. All right, cool. Cool. It doesn't quite do what I want, but it's, yeah. Has a weirdness to it. You'll see, it's okay. It's okay. So the angle is not right, but I think it's good enough. We can apply this. So I couldn't quite extrude it that way because it's not the same. You can recalculate normals in edit mode. It doesn't need to be, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be good enough. Let me switch to this view. Yeah, I think this will be fine. I think that's gonna be fine here. Let's get this thing centered. Let's switch to our right side. Let's select this. Let's get this on the Y centered enough. And then switch to our front. Centered enough. Let's turn off this so we can see what we're doing. Like that. Is it inside? It is. Okay. All right, so you're saying, so I click both of these and both of them selected. Union. So we want to add a modifier to both or one? So we're going to add a modifier to both of them. All right, so I'll add a Boolean. You're saying that I want a union with that. All right. If I look at my wireframe, okay, I don't want this. You see how this here? So you're saying, but I think you're saying if I do the other way. All right, so how do I remove it? So for what it's worth, when I did this before, I didn't have to remove that later. Make shape first. I'm just saying, for what it's worth, I didn't have to do this before. All right, so when you say make shape, you're saying I should cut this first. So in edit mode. Oh, I shouldn't have added the thickness? Well, I already have thickness on this. You can merge the two geometries. All right, let's try it.
Whoa.
Vienos. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Vienos. Welcome in. Hope you had a beautiful stream, my friend. How you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here, folks. Give them some love. Viennos. What were you working on? If you have any links, feel free to drop them in the chat. We can take a look at it. Give me a second here. Happy Sunday. I think I've been saying happy Saturday, but happy Sunday. It's wonderful to have it. Created a to-do list app right now. Very nice. Very nice. In what language? Are you making it for the web? I'm currently trying to make a coffee kettle. A kettle here. We have a game jam going on. Captain Coders Learn You a Game Jam. And so we're making it. I'm learning about Blender. My goal for this was to learn a little bit of Blender. I'm learning Swift. Very cool. So we're making a little isometric platformer where you play as a coffee cup named Dark Fuel. Something weird happened here. Just trying to make my screen full so you can see it a little bit better. When I changed the screen size, I did it. So we made this coffee cup. I'm learning about Blender. I'm learning about animations, learning about 3D modeling. So that's what we're working on here. And so we made the jump animation, we made the run animation, we made some falling animations. So we're making a little platformer, isometric platformer, 3D but isometric view with a couple little puzzles here. Puzzles is a strong word, but a little bit of gameplay, In this spot here, you can't jump high enough. And so we're adding in a little kettle. Your character gets different abilities based on the liquid inside of the character. And so we're gonna add a tea kettle here that you get it, it pours coffee into you, and then you can jump higher. So it gives you the ability to jump higher. And once we have that model done, we can have it just be different colors, different types of energy to be able to do it. And so hopefully we'll be able to make 2 or 3 more levels before the deadline. But for now, I'm working on creating this tea kettle. Not tea kettle, this coffee pot, coffee kettle. Like coffee mugged. Yeah. Welcome into the stream, Raiders. Great to have you. Just joined the stream. Which programming language is this? I'm doing it in C#, so I am using Unity, which some people, there's reasons to dislike Unity for what it's worth, but I am using Unity just because I trust the web builds. Let's scale this down a little bit more here. I can still see it coming out of the top. Coming through the mesh is what I mean. So there's a little bit of, I've seen it leaking through the mesh here. So we're just making a little coffee kettle here. But yeah, Mid-War, welcome in. I like the blatant truths. Yeah, Unity has some issues, but I'm using it I like the web builds. I want to be able to publish on the web. Nothing else, no other game engine that I know does web builds as good as Unity's web builds. It's like nobody does web builds like Gaston. People don't like Gaston, but look, nobody twerks like Gaston. You have to remove the thickness in the kettle main body before doing the Boolean. It will mess things up. I don't know if that's true. I've done this before and I had no issues with it. For my cup, I did it. I don't understand why I have to remove the thickness in the cup. I'm just gonna delete this chunk here. Oh, but then it's gonna have a hole in it. Your computer science editor, do you teach at uni? I teach at a school for ages 10 to 14. So young people. Delete the chunk. Then I'm gonna have a hole, but then I'm just gonna fill the hole in maybe. No one's gonna see inside this thing, so I think it'll be okay. So maybe I'll start from scratch again. It won't mess it up if your geometry don't go through the other side. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, right? So let's get rid of this modifier. What I can do is if I go to my front, if I do a slice this way. All right, so if I take my knife, let's turn off our reference, making it hard to see. If I do a slice this way, so I'll do a K. Let's do a cut through. Let's slice on Z. If I do a cut like this, that did nothing. Knife, C, Z. There we go. Enter. Perfect. What is happening? Why is that not working now? Knife, Z, C. All right, it looked like it worked that time. Delete those faces. Why is this so hard? Select the center vertex bevel, subdivide, smooth the ring out. It's so funny when people just say like a random list of things to do. I've been using Unity. Your Solidify is adding up. I've been using Blender for less than 2 weeks. So just so everyone knows, I've been using Blender for like 9 days. So I'm very new to Blender. So when someone has like a list of things to do, it's not the I know you're trying to help. But imagine I was telling you like you're programming. Yeah. So I'm Blender. So imagine you're programming and you're like, do a for loop in the for loop, calculate the vertices, and then you're going to use that to calculate the normals, and you're going to bounce off, and then you're going to do another method called jump through. And so that's like what it looks like to me. So this is me like on day 9. I'm literally considering teaching already. Had few people ask if I teach Blender. 3D Addict, you've been very helpful. You've been very, very helpful here. No, Star. I don't want anyone to be discouraged from backseat coding. I'm just letting you know that you're saying add 3 loops, select the center vertex, bevel, subdivide, smooth the ring, extrude. I have there's so many things there. It's not that you're not being helpful. It's that I'm too dumb to understand it. I'm too dumb to understand it right now. But yeah, I think I've made some mistakes in extruding or making this thing. Let's go back in time. To original. All right, here's what we had. All right, I think I can slice this pretty easily. The adding the thickness later feels like this might be really easy to add back in as well. I need to add a new space-time continuum here and tamper with its space. I have to make sure it bends enough to not mess up the geometry. This sounds correct. Average Goob, welcome back as well. Folks, if you guys don't know, the Average Goob is one of the sponsors of Learn You a Game Jam. Be sure to give him a follow. Sponsoring Cappy Coders Learn You a Game Jam. The sponsor he's doing here, or that Average Game Studio is doing, is our runner-up prizes, our 3 runner-up prizes sponsored by the Average Game Studio. Be sure to go give them some love. Check them out. Average Goop, thank you so much for hanging out. The main body has a solidify modifier, right? Make sure it's pointing inside instead of outside, or apply it. I had already applied it. I've gone ahead and removed it here. Now it doesn't have a solidify. I just want it to be cut here. See how I really just want this cut that's right here. I want to happen. And so I actually think what I can do is, I'm pretty sure I can do a difference to get this exact slice I want, right? All right, I'm gonna apply it, and then I can actually, in edit mode, just say, go away, you. To that, now I have this perfect shape. I have this perfect shape here that I can move in ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. So we're just gonna move it in ever so slightly. And now I can do a union. Boolean. See? See? The captain's got a few tricks. Here. Now we'll do a union. And the world will be happy. Okay. Maybe. Why did that not work? What happened? Tricks for days. Tricks and treats. Something went wrong. Did I move it in too far? I think I moved it in too far. What does Control J do? Join mesh, Control J. But I want to do the union first. I want to do union first, right? Small cylinder have a hole. I want it to have a hole. Just do the union then. Okay. So the problem, you won't Boolean objects with holes. You won't Boolean objects with holes in edit mode. Oh, so I need to add a face here then. All right, so I could add a face. This is interesting. This, do I have a, let's say faces. Let's go to face mode. There isn't a face. Tawny, that's what I said. That's what I was going like, I feel like this worked. I feel like it just worked. We do have this weird edge. Delete edges. All right. I think that edge might have been screwing something up. There's also still this weird edge here. What is going on? I feel like, why is there this, all right, let's come back in time a little bit. Just traces them. Oh, it does have a face. Look, it does have, there are two faces here. Okay, I like these faces. All right, so it has those faces. All right, let's switch into object mode. I want these to be touching. Now I'm not sure if they're touching. All right, let's add a modifier. Boolean. Is this a copy dispenser? It is, it is. I have one face that has 5 vertices. You have to merge vertices. Can I not just union this here? This is what I want. This is what I want. And then I need to do a control. All right, so we'll apply and then we do a control J to make them 1. All right, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. We have some face issues. I know we have some face issues here, right? If I come down here and I say show face orientation, we have some face issues here because we can see the inside of this. So people are telling me though that I can add a thickness to this. So before I merge them, should I add thickness here? Flip, no, not enough vertices on the base. It's all together. Ah, so I do have 2 shapes here. I think my solution to this, maybe not the best solution, is going to be the following. Can I not get an edge loop selected? There it is. Here's gonna be my solution to this. We're gonna just have this come in like this. And then we're doing minor extrusion inward, and then we're just gonna make this be black. This is gonna be my solution to this. I don't like it, but it's what we're gonna do. And we're just gonna make that face black so you can't see inside. This is why I wanted to remake this shape. Here, this is our sample. We'll make another one. We'll do it a second time. It'll be fine. Let's finish this shape. We'll do it a second time with our lessons learned. And it'll be even better and faster. It'll be better, it'll be faster. Now I want to add a handle like this. All right. We'll redo it a second time and see if we like the second one better. Okay. I think I don't need to have this be a cool shape like this, do I? I can do like another cheap. What we did last time was we made a torus. Without checking the temperature first, you gotta burn that lip. The person that drinks coffee without checking the temperature can't taste a whole lot. I can add a Bezier curve to a torus. Or you're saying I should use a different shape to do a Bezier curve? Because my plan was you can add it to its instead you can add a Bezier curve instead of a torus. Add a curve instead of a mesh. Okay. I've never done this. What do I do next? All right, I have a curve here. What do I do now? All right, we're in edit mode. Okay. I'm assuming I can add... For what it's worth, I kind of want it to be low poly. Can I not move that? You can solidify it and make it an object later on. All right, so we're pretty close here to what we want. Okay. So now I solidify this, is what you're suggesting? I could add in a couple more things to it. Solidify. Ooh. Hold up. Hold up. Ah, I see. I see. Yeah, okay. All right, let's come back into edit mode. Let's select these. Let's scale on Y to 0. Now it's not. Okay. Now we can add in solidify. Should be a new panel above the material one. All right, material data. I can't just make it thick. It'll be thick one way. Even thickness. You're saying adding a skinning modifier. So instead of a thickness modifier? I see no option for a skinning modifier. There's a thing in data tab that I think does the solidification for you. Let's look at data. 3D, smooth, full, radius, geometry, extrude, there it is. That extrudes in one direction. Can we extrude in both directions? I want it to be round. I could add some roundness to it myself. 1 second star. Bot, ignore. I don't like watching videos while I'm streaming, for what it's worth. I don't learn well from videos. There's a couple things. This video is short. In this video, you'll learn how to model a bench and render a bench. Yeah, 20. I'm not gonna watch a 20-minute video. Yeah. I thought it said it was 1 minute. That was the length of the ad. Okay. Yeah, I don't learn well from videos. I really don't. I learn well. I'm a reader. I learn better from reading personally. I do appreciate the length. But on stream, it's really hard for me to to watch a video and watch the chat and do a thing all at the same time. So we can add that in there. If I add in, there was a skinning modifier someone had mentioned. Redo Panic, why doesn't mine look like that? Repeat, that's right, Hunted Storm, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Generate skin, okay. Deborah, add solidify modifier, then if you want to add subdivision modifier. All right. Solidify. 0.1. Nice. Nice. And then the subdivide. Subdivide will smooth it, I'm assuming. Ooh. Ooh. Graham, sorry. See you later. PG11 stream, come back tomorrow. All right. APOC spent 500 points and has redeemed. Oh, sorry, I was confused. My fault. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat on this stack. Albertus over on YouTube. Nice to see you, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. All right. All right. So we're making a kettle here. Yeah. This looks pretty good. You're saying a subdivide modifier. Ah. It's too smooth. I don't want it so many. It's too smooth. How do I make it do less? Subdivide. Simple. There we go. Simple. Let me hide this reference. That looks pretty good. Looking good for the coffee enjoyers, yeah. Thank you guys so much for the help. All right, we got ourselves a little kettle. We'll do a little bit of extra work on this. Increase the crease value at the edge. There's a crease, where do I change crease value? To the subdivision smoothing. In advanced. Yeah, we got some shape in here. Use creases. Press the end panel. Or down here. This, put it back at 3 was sort of what it had. No, enable edit mode. Okay. You're saying that I should just change the shape here to make it a little bit better. Can I add more? I'm sure I could add more to this curve as well, right? Okay, so I need to convert to a mesh first. Let's undo some of these things. How do I convert to a mesh? Do I apply these? Apply solidify? Okay. Apply. Cannot apply constructive modifier on curve. Convert curve to mesh. Okay, how do I convert the curve to a mesh? Volcara, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Right click. How do I convert to a mesh? Let's do convert mesh. Okay. We are now a mesh, I believe. There we go. Handle. Cap. Cap. Oh no, is this not what we wanted? We can go back in time. We can undo. Remove the subdivision first. Okay. Go away, subdivision. All right. Let's convert to a mesh. T-Blade81, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. All right, so now you're suggesting to add a subdivision here. We'll do simple. Okay. Now add bevel, then... Oh, so don't do a subdivide. We're going to add a bevel. Is it Control B, Shift B? B, Control B. All right. I'm always bad at adding a bevel in. All right. Got a little bit of a bevel. Oh, you want me to add the bevel modifier, not the actual bevel? Bevel. And a subdivide. To control the smoothing. Segments. Set subdivide to camel coax. Thank you for the hats. Let's get 2 hats out of here. We got 1 hat. We've got a bonus hat. Thank you for the bonus hat. There we go. Thank you for the hats. So I don't want to do smooth. I want it to look low poly. Star G, for what it's worth, I want it to look low poly. So I don't want it to look super smooth. All right, 3D Addict, you're almost there. I do want it to look low poly. In that case, I'm set. We're like pretty close on it. Exclamation points. Yeah, I'm not an affiliate, so I don't have channel, like regular channel points. The handle is offset on the Y. Let's switch back in here. I do want to do a thing here. So we're gonna take this. I think we almost got it. When you say it's offset on the Y, I don't know what you mean. If I switch to my side view, looks good here. Looks centered. Oh, I see. It's not quite centered. You're right. It's not. Let's just move it over a hair. We'll eyeball it. There was an offset on the solidify. That makes sense. Dev Rowe, thank you so much for the help. Folks, if you want to watch an incredible 3D modeler, game dev, go check out Dev Rowe. Incredible human being. One of my favorite places to learn. Go check out Dev Rowe. Awesome stuff. I wish I could eyeball things right. It doesn't have to be perfect here. Dev Rowe, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for your help. That was super helpful. Everyone, thank you for your help. Points, add Stargy, 125 points, add 3D Addict, 125 points. Points, add Dev Rowe. Hang on, I gotcha. Dev Rowe. Can't do it. The tab completes being weird. 125 points. Points. Add all for everyone for being here to witness this. 125 points. Thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat added to the stack. Let's go. Thank you for the hat. Perfect. Star 3, good game. Thank you for the follow. Star 3. GG just followed the Captain Coder. We got Star 3G following me today. Thank you so much for the follow. I wonder how many hats till they fall off. That's what we call a hat stack overflow. And it's been known to happen from time to time. All right, so we're gonna call this our handle. A handle. Bro, thank you so much for the hat. Let's get another hat added onto this stack here. I don't know if this one's gonna fit on top here. Oh, it fits perfectly. There we go. Thank you so much for the hat. Thank you for the hat. All right, so if we switch here back to this mode, I'm gonna do we're gonna add a modifier here. You guys are crazy. We're gonna do a Boolean modifier. We are going to chop that up and we're gonna do the same thing here. Cypher, thank you for the hat. Pew IQ, welcome back to the stream. Let's get 2 more hats. We got 1 hat. Oh, that hat's precarious. The hat's precarious here. All right, let's get 2 hats. We got a second hat added here. Let's see if my hands are long. My arms, not my hands, my hands. That's right, we got a 3-hour cooldown saw. 3-hour cooldown per person. If you want to take me out, you guys got to do it as a team. This room's not big enough. What's going on? I can't, my camera won't zoom out anymore. All right, so stop zooming in. What is happening? I adjusted there we go. My camera, there we go. My room's too small. My room is too small. Tazzle with another hat. Let's get another hat added on here. Give him the old tazzle dazzle. The old razzle tazzle. Let's get another hat added in here. Here we go. Safe and secure. Safe and secure here. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you guys so much for the hats. You guys are crazy. All right. I want to go into edit mode here. We're going to apply this one. And then I'm going to get rid of this little chunk that was left over. Let's shimmy this in just a hair. Then we're going to add in another modifier. You getting your Amazon package tomorrow, Saw? What are you getting? Now let's union these together. Boom. Union will apply. And then we should have, I'm a little, this is our kettle. There we go. There we go. We did it, folks. We got a little kettle. All right, I'm not terribly unsatisfied with that. We got a little bit of an issue here where it's leaking through. So I'm gonna come into edit mode. I guess we're gonna shrink this down a little bit more again. Scale that way. Oh no, I've made terrible mistakes. I've made terrible mistakes. All right, instead, let's switch to this thing and we'll scale this out just a hair. How do we do? How do we do? There we go. It's nothing leaking through. It looks good. Looking good. All right, so we got ourselves a little kettle. You want to recalculate your normals with all faces selected. How do I do that? All right, so it selects all my faces and then recalculate outside. And then I'll switch to this one and then I'll do a recalculate inside. Oh, I didn't select anything. Recalculate normals outside. Okay. So now these will all be facing, I see. To be able to do the scale you're saying. Not quite. Yeah, because it's like connected here. It's okay. I'm quite happy with what we have here. My little kettle. I almost need a little top. We need a little handle. But you only need to do that if you have inverted faces. Gotcha. Let's make sure our faces look okay. Face orientation. All right, so the outside looks good here. Okay. We got our kettle. Can we add in some textures? For this, you need proportion, fall of. I think I'm okay. I think I'm gonna leave. I think I'm happy with where we have landed here. I think I'm okay with what is happening here. We do need to take a break. We do need to take a quick break here. I want to add in some colors to it. So we might actually find some textures, but just some like red. So the image that we had is this guy. Right, so it'd be nice to add in a little bit of love and like this painted texture to it a little bit. So making it like this dark red-ish color might be nice to do. Let's go back to this here. Call this red. Materials, my favorite topic. UV unwrapping. You want me to do UV unwrapping? Red here. So we just have this little kettle This actually, adding that actually looked pretty good. I do want it to be metallic. That actually, I'm not unhappy with what we have here. Let's change, maybe add a different texture to the top, a different material. Where's the new, isn't there a new material button? For the stool, you need to get textures or UV unwraps, just simple materials. Or just simple materials is what I'm gonna do, like one color. Top. Here. Might just make this like a black. I kind of like that. This feels pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think I'm just gonna use this. I think we're gonna take this, we're gonna use it. Does anyone know, can I add a different texture just to this one face? I know how to do this in Unity. Can I add a texture just to this one face in edit mode? Okay, oh, I switched to edit mode. Ah, that makes sense. And then add, how do I create a new texture for some reason? Oh, it's this button. Black. So I want to add just a black. Oops, that did not do what I wanted. How do I do just a face? Did this not make a new material? Go to edit, select the face, assign new material. All right. Selected the face. Red 0. That must still be connected to the rest of the object. Let me undo here. Let's go to undo history. Before I went into edit mode, we added top. All right, I want to make this black. All right. On the right side, you have a vertical bar with icons. Select material. On the right side, you have a vertical bar with icons. Oh, you're saying I should go over to, all right, let's go to edit mode. You're saying I should use this materials tab. All right, if I select just this face. All right, so we have materials here. I want to add just this face. Click the plus to add a new material. Add a new material. Okay. And so now you're saying I click it to create a new one. Click new. Okay. And I want this to be black. Call this black. With metallic to none. And then I can click this here. How do I get that assigned to this face? Select whatever you want on right click to assign. Right click. Assign. Oh, right here. There it is. Sorry, I missed it. The big assign button. You gotta get, so for what it's worth, my screen is actually bigger. So all the text is, this is what my screen actually looks like. You guys just get to see this small portion of it. So these letters are really small for me. Donald, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. I hope you've been beautiful. We're having a fun time here. All right, so I just wanted to add this dark black in here, like that. Ah, sweet. Sweet, so we made this kettle. Had this nice little top to it. Maybe we make that a different color, I'm not sure. Let's exit edit mode. Maybe just a gray. Or a brown? Or maybe I want it to stick out. Maybe we don't make it. There we go. I like it. I like it. Gonna have the strongest neck on Twitch before too long. That's right, Donald. Doing those neck. Oh yeah. Roughness on max, metallics on 0. You think that looks better? I was thinking that I wanted it to be most all metallic is what I wanted, and then roughness on 0. That's a disco ball. Never mind. Never mind. I think you're right. Okay. Let's save. We're gonna take a quick break, just for the for the hole in the kettle. Hang on. Oh, that's top. Okay, so let's come back here. Let's go to black. Oh yeah, that's what I got here. Yeah. Positive energy. Good to see you, Donald. We try and keep it positive here. Try and keep it nice. No one's gonna really see this. All right. So the idea here. It's gonna be giant. This thing's gonna be giant. Let's go back into our layout. Let's apply transformations. Is that what I want? It's Control A. All transforms applied. Okay. So now when I export this, I'll be able to scale it the way I want in Unity. We need 16K textures on this. It's true. It's true. All right, we got a kettle. I'm quite proud of how much I've learned the last 2 weeks here. Let's export this as, I kind of need an animation of it pouring. With raycasting and 10x mission, we could always shade smooth, right? Which is not really what I want. The shade smooth always looks so, it's too much for me. This is Blender, Donald. This is Blender. Let's do an export here. Let's get this into our game. So, not raw. We're gonna go into our assets, models, create a new folder, kettle. We're gonna export the kettle here. Okay, so let's add it in. We're so close. We're so close. Then we gotta take a break. All right. The movement controls in Unity, every time I switch, my mind explodes. Because middle mouse click just moves everything. You gotta right click to rotate it. So we're gonna put a kettle here. How to kill your wife's potato computer with a coffee dispenser. Exactly. You guys know. Add our kettle here. We're gonna put this in. Beautiful. We left the camera in. All right. Let's re-export. There we go. Now we have a kettle in this room. I feel like the kettle should be bigger than the coffee cup. Let's add a parent. All right, so we're gonna add in a parent, and we're gonna call this kettle. And then we can scale this up here. 2 by 2 by 2. It's a big kettle. We can put it in between like that. Don't size shame. Look, you can be whatever size you want to be is up to you. All right. I also start doing this thing where I start clicking G to move things around. We don't want to actually have this offset back here. I need to move it. We're going to lock that. And we're going to move this actual thing. Let's put this into room 4. I start pressing G to try and move things, and that is not... G selects the scale tool in Unity, so horrible weird things start happening. All right, let's move our kettle down here. Rotate my camera, put our kettle right here. And the kettle is gonna give us superpowers. All right, so here's what we have. I'm gonna have to add a mesh collider to it because we're gonna be able to move through it. So our player's gonna come around, gonna come over. We're gonna have to add in something to get coffee into our mug. We come up, we get this button. G stands for G. I wish I could scale. And it's not here. It didn't get turned. What? Why don't we see you? The mesh render didn't turn on for some reason. We should see it here. I don't know why the mesh renderer didn't turn on for this. Oh, I have it in the wrong room. I have it in the wrong room. All right, so we're gonna move this to the correct room, room 4. Let's lock our basement. All right, let's try one more time. Always just start in that room. Here we go, we're hopping up here. Let's check it out, come on back. Press the button into this next room. Kettle, there it is. There it is. Star G, I'm glad you liked the bug. That was my first attempt at anything. So we got a little cup here. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna put a little thing here. I stand here, and then we're gonna have coffee shoot out of this. We could have it stand up and pour in, but I think we're just gonna have it shooting stuff out, and you stand under it to get the liquid. We can also just have you like run inside of it or something. If I just add a mesh collider to this, does that solve the problem? Kettle, add mesh collider, and make it ground. Can we? There we go. We can like run up it now. All right, so we gotta not allow that. It's because that is so funny. All right, we gotta make it a Oh boy, that is too funny. There we go, and that's how you get to this button. That's how you get to this button, is you climb up the kettle, and you're back at the beginning. All right, so mesh collider is not what we want. If I do convex, will that make it so I can't run up? There we go. Convex basically makes it a cube, so that way we can't run up it. It's slanted, so our character can get enough friction to go up the side of it. Still can kind of do it. All right, we're just gonna put a box collider in there. Add box collider. And then we will shrink it down a little bit. There we go. Now we shouldn't be able to run through it. Let me put my player in there to start. We gotta take a break. We've been going way too long. Okay, let's move our player in to start there. Can I run up you? No. I can run through you because you're not on the right layer. Ground. Should make it an obstacle. Kettle. Ground. Yes, change. There we go. Try it. All right. We do have to take a quick break here. We've been going for too long. We usually try and take a break every 90 minutes. Hat stack resets after the break. I'm going to get myself some more big brain juice. We'll be back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Captain Coder will return. We're going to be adding in some sort of coffee type thing here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, the captain's back. I hope you didn't miss me too much. What's going on? My music stopped. Where'd the music go? There it is. All right, we're back. We're going to get some stretches in, everybody. Every 90 minutes, every 2 hours tops, we try and take a break, take care of ourselves. I'm going to encourage you to stand up with me. I'm going to implore you to get on up, get out of that seat, get on your feet and move a little bit. Don't want any repeated stress injuries, those RSIs. I have carpal tunnel from repeated stress injuries, so we want to take a break every now and then. Get up, move around. Let's start off with a trunk twist. Everyone get those arms up at your side. We're just gonna rotate back and forth, nice and slow, taking care of ourselves, taking care of our body, loving ourselves the way we deserve to be loved, because you're lovely people. Captain Coder loves you. You should love you. Should love that body. Get those arms up. We're gonna lean. Oh, nice and slow back and forth. We have failed to tip the hat stack. You did. It's okay. You guys got close. There were only 4 more hats. But yeah, every 90 minutes, every break, we kind of reset it there. Oh yeah. Doesn't that feel good? Get those stretches in. Nice and around here. Go ahead and reach up into the sky as high as you can. Get up on those tiptoes. Reach on up. Oh, lean it back a little bit. Engage the core. Deep breath in as you exhale. We're going to slowly lean forward, hinging at the hips. Forward, and we're just going to roll down. Nice and slow. Getting that extension in the glutes and lower back. The glutes and lower back here. If you can touch your toes, awesome. If you can't touch your toes, that's okay. Your dog might even think that you're reaching down to give him some pets. Hi, Beetle. Give your dog some pets as you can. We're going to breathe back in slowly. As we do, we're going to roll up. And we're going to bring those shoulders up, back and down. We're just going to rotate those shoulders back. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. 3D Addict, enjoy your coffee. 3, 4, full arms. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Roll them forward. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. 2, 3, 4. Oh, shake it out. Shake it out. Doesn't it feel good to be alive? Doesn't it feel good to take care of yourselves? Love ourselves. We're going to give ourselves for being here, for joining me in those 125 points to all you beautiful people. We're going to hop back in here. I kind of want to figure out... Red Murr, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. Congratulations on your number 20. Congratulations on your number 20. We need to figure out... stretch was deserved. Good. Glad it helped. Yeah, so when I get stressed out, it's interesting. I can feel this stuff is a little bit harder for me. Thank you for the joy, Lance. Lance, congratulations on 21. Thank you for the hat. Let's get a hat stack started again. 2 hats. Not just 1 hat. 2 hats. Let's start off here. Let's get a nice base going. 1 hat. 2 hat. There we go. Thank you for the hats. Lance, I hope you've been well. Coaxed. Oh, you only 3 more hours, 2.5 hours. You'll be able to get another one. Yeah, there's a 3-hour cooldown on the hats. So, my question is, how do I get... I want to make a pouring come out of this cup here. Like when you stand here, I want there to be an animation where this comes up, tilts over, and then coffee pours out of it. Is essentially what I want to have happen. VFX with trigger. So part of me is thinking to just do a particle effect in Unity rather than actually animate it in Blender, but I should do it in Blender, right? Oh, maybe I should do it so part of me is thinking we could do some like liquid animation with trigger box to activate. Yeah, okay, all right, so we'll just do it with a particle effect. And I'm gonna program in an animation. But the idea, maybe I can do the animation in Blender still. Have the animation come up and then rotate this guy. Oh, that's rotate this guy. That's essentially all I want, and then have particles coming out of it. I know I can do this in Blender as well. Get rotated. I don't remember how good or bad Unity was with that, but I would use Sprite Sheet. You'd use a Sprite Sheet for it. I was just gonna add in an animation. Yeah, I've never quite done it that way. But I was gonna do a particle effect where it just comes out. And I'm wondering, using a sprite sheet sounds like an interesting idea. Can you do, so sprites, when I think of sprites, I think of like 2D sprites. I think of 2D sprites. I was thinking we're gonna add in, let's make this a prefab. All right, we're gonna add a prefab. And this is gonna be our kettle prefab. And I was thinking of adding in, if I come over, let's create a folder for our kettle. Last thing you did in Unity was this. Let's check it out. Give me a second here. Just good practice, trying to get in good practice, blurring my screen when I look at things to start out. Ooh. Wow, this looks good. I couldn't tell that that this was Unity. I would consider the feel of it. I think you're using like an HDR pipeline for rendering. Looks like an Unreal game. Whoa. Nice work. 3D Addict knows what's going on. This looks awesome. This is by far greater than anything I've ever done. Started in Unity, but changed to HDRP. Okay. Yeah, it looks like HDRP. I was gonna add in an animation. Create animate. Oop, that's not what I want. Create. How do I create an animation here? Okay. My plan was to create an animation for animation. And I've never done an animation from scratch like this. But I feel like, let's go into my kettle here. I feel like I can add things to this to create an animator and animation clip. Create an animator and animation clip. Create. Kettle. Okay. And the idea here is that this is going to go up in the air, rotate forward. Kettle, transform, position. So I can say we take our position here. We can add in keyframes. So I'm trying to remember how to do this, but we have like keyframes that we're going to add in. I could adjust my window layout here. Really, I want. Let's create a new frame. Let's create a new animation layout. Do they have an animation layout by default? Window layouts. Wide. I could go into my kettle here. This is like almost what I want. Why didn't my kettle? F. There we go. So wide, and then I can add in. I want to put my animation down here. So it's like this. So I can edit the keyframes. And then let's move our hierarchy over here and move our project over here. So you can like rebuild these things, adjust your windows like this. That's not what I wanted for that. Project, I want this to be, oh, okay, that looks fine. The prefab has a position off the WAPs. Kettle. Inspect, I'm just pulling the inspector out here. Oh, weird. All right, yeah. We want... Thank you for that. Okay. Weird that it was offset like that. Thank you so much, Hunted Storm. It's because I made the I don't quite understand. I would have assumed it would have done that. Okay. So we're gonna start here. And then samples. This is like frames per second, I think. If I hit play, yeah. I'm just gonna reduce this down to 30. So it's a little, I don't have to go as far. I guess I don't have to. Let's add in a key here. And I think I can just adjust this to find where I want it. So I want it to go up. Let's go up 2. Like that. So we can have it weird. 2. There we go. So we can add in an animation like this so it comes up like that. And then we could potentially have it rotate at the same time as well. So up and rotate. So let's add another property. It's going to be our transform. This will be our rotation here. So I can click the rotate. And same thing, add in a keyframe here. And then our rotation should be on our X, should be on our Z. Do 45. Like that. So it can come up. The pivot is interesting there. But this is essentially what I want. I was not expecting that. I want it to come up a little bit higher than 3, and then our X position can be back this way as well. So it sort of comes up and pours out like that. Okay, so we have a little bit of a thing there. Can I view this animation in our scene? So, does anyone know if I can do that? I can click on this guy. Maybe I can click on my kettle. There's my kettle. Yeah, so it's gonna animate up like that. Sweet. All right, and then I wanna add in particle effects that begin playing. So the particle effect's gonna pour some stuff out as well. So let's go back into our prefab mode here. And we're gonna add into our prefab particle effects. I'm gonna have to remember how to do I've always struggled with particle effects, but we're gonna do our best to make it'll be something. It may not be great, but it's gonna be something. Particles. Create. Why is there no effect? Here we go. Particle system. Okay. And I want to make like water with our particles. I don't like, let's exit prefab mode. I want to open up the prefab differently here. I want to be looking like this. So that moves up. Can I make particles that feel like water? So we can add a gravity to them, right? So if you add gravity, it's really fun to play around with particles. And really we want them kind of pouring out over here. Lost my particle system. So we can do something kind of like this, right? If I can actually get this aligned properly. And we'll change. Do you guys believe in me? I'm not sure I believe in me. And we want to change it so they're pouring out a little bit different. It's coming along well, Slong. The game's coming along wonderfully, Tani. I can show you what we got here. I'm working on making my kettle pour is what we're adding in. So we're gonna make it so that way our character can stand here and get some coffee poured into it. So that's what we're working on right now, is creating an animation here. I need to change the rotation of these particles. to be coming out this way. And maybe even have them coming out like that. Yeah. So they'll be coming out. You know, they're not perfect yet. They're very funny looking. Let's have it be like this. All right, so we can pour them out like that. And so if we go to our scene view, so we're working on making these particles look more like coffee. We can add in, I think one of the things that we can do, we can add trails. Yeah. Trails to them to make them look a little bit better. Lifetime 0.2, lifetime 0.1, so that they look more like coffee being poured out. 0.05, there we go. 2, like that. So we can figure out, and then we can make the trail, width of trail 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. We can make the trail, assign a trail material in the render module. All right. So we'll need to make like a coffee trail here. So it looks like little bits of coffee pouring out. Renderer trail material. Maybe we're gonna make a little brown. Should probably make a brown trail there. Captain Pixar. You know me. Good old Captain Pixar. Let's create a material here. Actually, I'm just going to our kettle prefab here. We're gonna create a material. A copy. And so we'll make this brown. Nice dark brown color. All right. Come back over here. We'll click on our particle system. Our particle color brown, coffee. Like that. I want it to shrink as it's coming out. I can't remember how to do that. Trails mode. Ribbon? That looks kind of cool. Texture mode. This almost looks good. Size effects, width. Trail over time is like what I want. Like I want the trail to change over time. And I feel like ribbon count too. This feels like it's almost what I want here. It looks like coffee like coming out in this interesting way. Need some thickness to it, yeah. There's a way to make it looks pretty good. Like, not really, but like almost, I'm almost okay with it is how I feel. Yeah, we're gonna remove the emission, sorry, the texture, the actual color of the particle will be that, right? So it looks kind of like coffee coming out of there. If I change the start speed, The texture should be glossier. We can try that. It's allowed to look goofy, yeah. I feel like it looks pretty darn good if I'm being completely honest. For like better than what I was expecting it to look like. Not it looks like something. Yeah. I really want that. Now do it with 1 million particles? Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Pay for the whole CPU, you're gonna use the whole CPU. All right, that's our animation. That's our animation. We don't loop, duration 2, so we get like a play here like that. And then the lifetime is just gonna be 1 second, so it's gonna pour out. Lifetime is too long. Lifetime, I lost it. Start speed, I almost think needs to be higher as well. So it shoots up, yeah, and out. Lifetime 0.2. Lifetime 0.5. There we go. Need some steam particles coming off the coffee too. Ooh, having some steam come off would be good. Okay, in our animation, we want to have it be small. Ooh, that's a good idea. How do I adjust the emission area? Hang on. Emission, shape. There's like an edit button, I think. I want to shrink you. Probably have done better with that, but that's okay. Turn off snapping. Thanks, Tawny. Yeah. There we go. All right, let's add a property here. It's gonna be our particle system. Can I make this play? I don't know if we can have the, Does anyone know what I should be looking for in our particle system here? Hunted Storm, thank you so much for the help. Tawny, thank you guys so much for your help. I appreciate it so much. Zapped! Welcome, Regime. Who am I kidding? I'm always craving coffee Zapped. Me too. Me too. We'll add in some steam. Yeah, let's see if we can add a property here. Particle effect. There's just so many. Particle system. I wish there was a search option. Particle system dot. It's like not a method. I'm wondering, start delay. Does anyone know if I can, in the animation, make it start playing, or do I have to write a program this in when it reaches this point? Oh, I can do an is active. Oh, actually I can't. I can't turn the is active on or off. It doesn't let me select this as a property. Actually, none of these let me get selected as a property. Can't select any of these as a property. Let me Google real quick. Maybe. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I can. This is going to be the easiest thing to do, is I set it to is active, and then it will just play when it starts there. All right. So we start off as not active. We get to this point. We turn on is active. And let's see. what's interesting about it, and then I need to have this hold. Let's add another keyframe here. And then right here, we will set it to not active. That's interesting. I don't want these to be resetting here. These should be their other values. All right, so it's interesting. Scrolling, how do I scroll up and down in here? The scroll wheel does not act the way I think it should. So right here is 45 and 3. 45, 3, 3. So it's active here. What I'm interested in, I'm surprised it doesn't start playing there. You can call methods through animations. Maybe you can, I don't know. This is my first time doing an animation in Unity, like directly in Unity, for what it's worth. And then we can set it to be off here. Jacob, welcome back to the stream. Okay. Yeah. You can call functions? All right. How do I call a function? I want to call play. Unique can call events and animations as well. How do I make it add in? All right, so I actually want to call, I'd rather just call the play animation on my part. I'm just turning it on here. Which should work, but how would I do that? So my particle system, there'll be an add event. Am I just, oh, I'm not coming far enough over. Okay. I see. On a frame number. Is I want to call the play on my part effect on the timeline just below. Not the left. I'm on my timeline. Here, I'll pull it out. Right click. Right click does nothing. I can right click on these. Right click does nothing here. Let's delete this key. Right click. Okay. Add animation event. Okay. Can I remove property? Okay. So frame 10. Add animation event. Ah. No function. So I have to create a function. So I have this function here. Where's the function coming from? All right, so it would add a property. And I could look this up. Where do I put the function? Like, do I put it on it? Do I make a... Why is this animator off? That's interesting. When it's calling for a function, what should I do here? I think you need a public function that matches the certain signature one my project is loading. All right, you're looking up. It is an event. I'm just wanting to know, like in my code, where do I write that function? Where do I add this method? What object does it need to be on? Does it need a static class? That is what I'm wondering. All right, I'm gonna do a quick look here. Unity add Animation event. Thank you. Use an animation event to call a function at a specific point in time. This function be any script attached to the game object, but must only accept a single parameter of type float, int, string, an object, or an animation event. Okay. To add an animation event to a clip that currently play ahead. Okay, so I'm going to create on my kettle here. Let's add in a script. Really, it should be on my particle system. All right, let's put my animation back down here. Create a script. Particle animation controller. And really, I just want to be able to hit play. So I want to have awake, public, animation. Is this thing I'm editing an animation? Or is it an animator? I'm not sure. I want to be able to, oh no, sorry, this is a particle system. Particles. Particles equals get component particle system like this. Debug.assert particles is not null. Okay. And I just basically want a public function void play, and it's supposed to get an animation event like this. Okay, and really all I want to do is particles dot play, and when we start up, particles dot stop. I don't want it to play by default, so I have a play here. Public void stop animation event particles dot stop. All right, so we have these two things, and if I'm understanding correctly, I can add this to my particle system, and then in my animator, I should be able to access this thing. I think that's what we're seeing. So I'm going to add in here particle animation controller. And now in my animation, see, I don't know how to access it here. So this isn't I didn't do this correctly. At the current playhead click event, do I add it to it says, all right, let's make it a string. Like I'm going to ignore it. Saying it can be of animation object. Anti-Jacob, do you add it directly to your here? Like, where is it relative? I want it to be, it's like associated with this particle system. It needs to be on my animator. Okay. So let's remove it here. Let's add it here. And we'll see. And then I can attach this like that. Let's change the script not to do this. And then we'll see if it shows up in this event here. And I can change it to a string. Okay. Play. And basically it doesn't matter. All right, so I'm wondering, I feel like we're not gonna see it here simply because show only selected. Yeah, it's like, is that really what I need? If show only selected. We'll have the animation event here play. Well, we'll try it out here, and then I'm going to add another one here. And this one's going to call stop. And then it's going to come back down. So if I go into my game, there we go. All right, I definitely want it to be longer. I definitely want it to be longer. All right. Okay. So let's grab these frames. And this, I guess I have to move it over. And let's move it down here. Coffee shower, let's go. All right, I want to make this, let's zoom out here. I want to have it also take a little bit longer to come up. 15 should be half a second. And we'll pour for 1 full second, maybe 2 full seconds. It felt like it poured for a reasonable amount of time there. We'll have this come down again. 15 should be half a second again. All right, we'll have it stop there. We'll have it start playing here. All right, I like it. I like it. And we'll make it so it doesn't loop. I can't believe, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get this done. I didn't think I was gonna be able to actually add this in. I'm quite happy with it. I do think it needs to be longer still. We'll see how annoying that is. We'll go to 75. Here. But the idea is it'll play when the player moves into this spot here. And then we're gonna update. All right, so now we gotta update our animation controller. So on our, let's go back into our prefab. This is exciting. I've never done this before. I've been so scared of 3D stuff. I just haven't done it. This is making me feel like, okay, I can do this thing. I can actually do the thing. I can do 3D without being scared of it. It takes more effort than 2D. At least for me, I'm not skilled enough in 3D yet. I know, so it's like 33% harder, right? It has 1 more D in it, Hunted Storm, that's right. All right. So, in our animation controller, we are 3D. I feel like I can't, I feel like in Star Trek 2 Wrath of Khan, they're like, you think in such 2-dimensional terms, right? So, thinking in 3D when they're doing the space battle, that's what I feel like here. Okay, so I want to add in a. We could have Steam too, so we'll probably add that in. Well, all right. We got it. Before we get too excited, we got to do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let's add in a parameter. Is pouring. Okay. It's a bool. Is pouring. Okay. Is pouring. And we're gonna add in another state. Can I just duplicate this one here? It's gonna be our initial state. And this one. Dark Fuel time, let's go. That's right. Captain Enosa, how you been? How's your game coming along, Captain Enosa? Folks, be sure if you want to watch someone else working on Captain Coder's Learning a Game Jam, making a reverse bullet hell game with some amazing art, amazing gameplay, go check out Captain Enosa. We're gonna change this one to not pouring. And I think we're gonna make this animation with some steam coming out of the top. Really what I want to do is anim, hang on. Why do I have a pour animation? This should be our pour. Let's have this be, idle. Pour animation. Irad, welcome back. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Flying through, maybe. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day for me. I'm gonna be going hardcore tomorrow, and then Tuesday I'm gonna be doing my devlog. I wanna get I want to get 1 level. We almost have 1 level. I really want to get 2 levels. If I could get 3 levels, I'd feel great. I'd feel even better. But we almost have 1 level here. So this one's going to be our idle animation, like that. And then our kettle here, going to make the transition to is pouring. Sorry, it'll come up here. This is our pour animation. This is our idle animation. We'll switch here to is pouring is true. Hunter's I got my guns and stuff shooting, but sounds are a nightmare. Trying to write in. Yeah, see, I still need to write the music. I need to make the sound effects. I need to make a title screen. I need to make another level. So there's like all these things I want to do. And there's so little time. There is so little time left. And the light in this room is terrible. Hang on. The shadows on my face are making me a little crazy. Let me close this window here. All right, there we go. Yeah. So I need to make mine a game first, right? So we're gonna make a transition here that when it's done playing, it's just gonna switch back. And really, this should probably be called start pour. I'm not sure. When this animation finishes, does anyone know? Can I make it change a variable when you follow this line here? Is there a way I can add an event here that after the animation plays, change this variable? Is there a way to do that? Rather than adding a condition, I want to add in like an event here, or is there a way I can listen for a transition? All right. But the idea here, no model of data available. Interesting. If I access this through this scene, do I have the model? There we go. Now we can watch it. Has no exit time. Oh, you guys can't see this anyway. There we go. It should start pouring there. Exit time 0. Transition time 0. So it's going to come back down there. And then at this one here again, essentially we want it to be at the end. Exit time at 1. Well, I guess we do that so that there's... Okay. When we're in not pouring, add behavior. Ooh, okay, so this might be what we need to do. I don't know how to do a behavior. What does a behavior here do? I would like to make it so that way when we exit, let's look at behaviors here. Animation behavior. Unity animation behavior. Because I would like to say when we start this behavior, go ahead and set is pouring to false. Play sound, state machine behaviors. Have access to a number thing. Because I've never done this before. Script ground detection. State machine behavior is a special class of script in a similar way to attaching regular scripts, Unity scripts. To individual game art, you can attach a state machine behavior script. So I need a subclass state machine behavior to an individual state within a state machine that allows you to write code that will execute when the state machine enters, exits, or remains within a particular state. This means that you do not have to write your own logic to test for and detect changes in the state. Oh, nice. Few examples: play sound, perform certain tests, activate and control special effects. Okay. Let's try this. Let's go down here into Unity. In our scripts, let's create a folder for our kettle. We're gonna do a script. This is our kettle pour state machine behavior. Super long name. And I think it's telling me I can do state machine behavior. Oh, I've never done this. I've never done this before. But when we have this now, I think we can add a behavior, kettle pour state machine behavior, sweet. And let's go look at state machine behavior Unity. Let's go look at the API, see what methods I have available to me. Essentially, I want to have, when this starts, on state machine enter, on state machine exit. Beautiful. On state machine exit is what I want. Okay. Public void on state machine exit. Is there a parameter animator? This is it. We want this. When we exit, we're going to do animator.set bool is pouring to false. We've just finished this thing here. Hides and inherit. Okay, public override. We actually have to do an override here. We probably want to do base dot animator state machine path hash. Base is going to call the parent here like this. Only be done when the state machine exit is taken. It will not be invoked if a direct transition to a state machine substate is taken. Just to test this out, debug.log kettle pour exited. Come over here, and I want to test this. I want to test this here. We're going to start with is pouring on. And go into our game. It still animates it. Okay. Animator. I want to look at the animator specifically. Let's go back into our scene here. How do I get back to my scene view? There we go. So this object, our kettle, I want to look at its specific animator. It's not changing its is pouring the way I want it to. So it's not firing, or I added it to the wrong thing, perhaps. It does have this kettle pour state. Okay, let's look at this documentation a little bit more closely. Override public on state exit. I must not have this correct. State info, layer index. On state exit. Okay, I think I had the wrong thing here. Let's try it now. Kettle pour exited. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So check this out. What I got to do is I select, we do is pouring. It'll play this animation, and then it stops. I'm super happy about this. So what we need to do is add a script now that when we're in a specific spot, so when our character moves here, we'll go ahead and like lock him into that position, maybe position him properly, turn on is pouring, we'll have the coffee pour in, and then we're happy. Then we're happy. All right, let's make our, let's go back into our prefab here. The particle system needs to play slightly longer. The duration needs to be slightly longer. Or we could add like a physics to the particle system is another thing we could do. We can make the particles have physics and that when they collide, they explode or disappear or something. Because I think you can add in a collision, yeah. Technically you can add in a collision to it. That feels like sounds like too much effort for what I want to do. Instead, I'm just gonna make them live 0.75. And we'll add we'll put our close enough. It'll be close enough for us. I have the wrong thing selected again. Here, let's go to our kettle. I still haven't selected. Hang on, I'm all turned around. It's gonna look terrible. I wonder, okay, maybe we do need to have a collision where it sort of like gets rid of it. Or we just make it can fiddle with the numbers a little bit more, I suppose, too. Particle system. Put this down here so I can hit the is pouring here. 0.6. There we go. 0.6 looks like the magic number. I'm kind of impressed how close that, it looks like oil, but how not completely terrible this looks. Okay. And then we need to add a little thing like in the coffee cup to have it fill up a little bit inside. All right, so we're gonna change that in our prefab to be 0.6. We're going to apply. There we go. It's very shippable for a Game Jam game. It's super good. Very shippable. Super good is not the right word. Very shippable. I like that. All right, we'll turn off is pouring here. How are we planning on doing the coffee cup fill up? I'm gonna have a model that it just fills up, and we could also add particle effects just inside the coffee cup as well that like jiggles around. Oh, no worries, Anti-Jacob. I was gonna do, if I have time, we're gonna add a second mesh that in Blender has a little bit. Could have a look at doing a shader maybe. We could probably do it as a shader for some wobbles. I was thinking of having a mesh that had liquid physics to it. WLAN06, thank you so much for the follow. WLAN06, thank you for following me today. Thank you so much for the follow, WLAN. A shader would work as well. There's a bunch of different things we can do. But I have seen liquid in there as well. So let's make it, I'm gonna put a little target on the ground. So I wanna get a little texture here that we can put in. It's like a target that you stand on. So we're gonna make a target texture for this one spot. And so you'll just see the little target there. We can make it a little button. We can make it a little button too. Maybe we make it a button. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we make it a button or should we just make a little target? I was gonna make it a little target you move into and then the coffee will pour. Maybe we'll make it a little platform. I could make it a little platform. That should be relatively simple to do. Let's go to Blender. Yeah, let's make a little platform here. Create a new. General. We're making a little circle platform. So we'll add in a cylinder. We'll just scale it down. this way. And that's it. That's it. We're gonna make a little platform you stand on, like that. We could add a little. We paint a little target on it if we wanted to. Do you like serving coffee machine bases? So it's like a coaster. Oh, you know what? Let's make it a little coaster here. Let's go into edit mode. Let's grab this edge. Let's do a little bit of a indent on it, like that. All right, so it's just like this little thing you stand in. Yeah, a little coaster there that we'll have. I can make it a Captain Coder coaster as well. A grate or a drain. Ooh, the idea of having it be a drain would be good. I think I'm just gonna do this. Let's go ahead and export this. Save as coaster, just to be simple. Captain Coaster. I have some coasters here. MMO Pug about a year ago made a bunch of laser engraved stuff. I hope MMO Pug's doing well. We haven't seen him in a while, but I do have Captain Coder coasters that we did some giveaways last year, but we have Captain Coder coasters. Maybe we'll put the Captain Coder coaster in there like that, which is super cool of him to do. I haven't seen him in a while, so I hope he's doing well. Let's go ahead and export this as an FBX. You still have yours, Nerd Waffle? Nice. All right, we're gonna add this into our dark fuel, assets, models, create a folder here for coaster, like that. Oh, I need to do it. Hang on. I need to apply all transforms. There we go. Then export it. Okay. That was weird. That was kind of weird. Rotation and scale. Location. All transforms. That was weird the way it shrunk down. I must have hit something weird. Let's re-export this. Oh, when I do the export, what is happening there? Let's get rid of our camera and our light, actually. Export FBX. Does anyone know what's going on? Why is it doing that? I don't understand. What does it look like in the game? Coaster. Yeah, it's like shrinking it down. That should be okay. It's not quite what I want. And then we'll put a parent on it. Hang on, let's go to our default view. I'm gonna save this view here. Layouts, save, animation, wide. Game Maker, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's go into our default layout here, so that we can make sure that this is in the correct room, in room 4. Yeah, it's done something a little bit weird there. And then we're gonna create a parent. Like that. This is gonna be coaster. Let's move this to the center of that, and then move it back over. Turn our snap back on. And then I want to scale it up to 2. So there'll be just like a thing we stand on here. Let's go into our prefab mode. We're gonna add not on my kettle. Coaster need to be made into a prefab. And then the coaster, let's add a material to it. Create folder coaster. Yeah, it's a little weird that it changed it there. I don't understand that. I'm okay with what we have here. I could make it bigger if I wanted to. Coaster. And we'll just make this a brownish color. And then we can come back out. So it's like a target there. So you're gonna stand on that. I don't know why we switched to free aspect. This should be... So we'll stand there and then it will pour out. So it does some translation. I wonder if you can just start with triangles instead. Is the scale weird in Blender? Do you need to apply the scale before you export? The scale is fine in Blender. That was, I did do it. When it exports for Unity, it does scale up to like 100x. So when you when you export as an FBX, it scales up to 100x by default. So it's quite, but that's, we did normalize it all in there. That's okay. This is sort of what I want anyway. So we just have like a little thing here. We might paint a target on it. And then when we step on this, we're gonna have it come out. So on our coaster here, let's add in a collider, capsule collider, maybe circle collider. I'm gonna add in a collider underneath so I can, guess a circle collider, a sphere collider would be fine. So when we're in the center of this thing, it's gonna be a trigger. When you step into that, it's gonna start the animation. Okay. And maybe we should combine this into the kettle as well. I'm gonna have a little thing here. My dog wants out of the room. Give me just a second here. Also, I gotta take a quick break. We might have to get out of here. We might be going somewhere. We're supposed to be going to Home Depot in like 30 minutes, but I'm not 100%. Give me a second to check on that. You know what? I've been trying to practice good behavior for myself. I've been trying to practice good behavior, not over streaming, not overdoing it. So instead of getting crazy, getting manic about streaming and having fun, I'm going to end the stream. We're going to find someone to raid into, and I will be back tomorrow. Also, James, welcome back to the stream. It's wonderful to see you. We're going to raid out. We'll see if anyone's doing Learn You a Game Jam. Learn You a Game Jam. We might raid into someone doing... I'm the only one doing Learn You a Game Jam. 90 viewers. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We're going to raid over to Cassie Codes. We're going to raid over to Cassie Codes. Friend of the channel. New game developer learning Godot. So we're going to give her some love. She's working on getting to affiliates. So we're going to raid into her, give her those views. Looks like she hit her follower goal. Give her some love. We're going to get her there. We're going to get her there. She's working on becoming an affiliate. Give her some love when we get there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. But yeah, we're going to go and raid into Cassie Codes. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow morning for more Learn You a Game Jam. I'm going to be trying to finish this up out over here as well. We're going to get this animation. When we step in that spot, it's going to start pouring in. So everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. Remember to keep coding. Remember to keep growing. Remember to keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. Click that join raid if it doesn't show up as a join raid for you. And have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.